Hello, my name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day one of Spring Fling O'WEEN. So it's actually about 11 o'clock at night right now on April 26th. So, we're still in the night before, but I wanted to go ahead and film this intro because I have gotten started on my TBR for this readathon. And I'm just very excited that it's finally Spring Fling O'WEEN. It's finally happening. I'm so excited. I'm doing a lot of reading sprints this week with my friends on Patreon. We have the booktube live show happening on Saturday. There's just like a lot going on this week, And just to give you, a brief idea of what I would like to be reading this week, I have a tentative TBR, but with the way things have been going, like honestly, my TBR might change at any moment, but for the moment, I'm planning on reading Hidden Pictures, which is actually my current read. I'm about 100 pages into this one right now, so this is the one that I'm planning on busting out first, which I'm very excited because this is one of my most anticipated thrillers of the year, and this one goes on sale like May 3rd, I think, so I'm glad to be reading it just before its release. I'm also for sure going to be reading House of Hollow for Spring Fling O'WEEN because I did just get the audiobook checked out from my library, and this just feels like the perfect spring vibes kind of cover, like I'm kind of here for this. It definitely has that kind of like pink and yellow on the cover vibes happening, so this is definitely going to be happening this week. And then some others that I am hoping to get to, but like fingers crossed, I don't know if I'm going to get to them in time, is An Honest Lie by Taryn Fisher. I think this one actually went on sale today, like April 26th is when this one went on sale, and this is like the new Taryn Fisher. I would like to read this one this week because this one does have the pink on the cover, it fits the vibe, it matches. And then I would also like to get to Wahala by Nikki May. This is one that I've had on my TBR for so long. I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I do have the audiobook from Libro, so I feel like this would be an easy one to be able to bust out if I wanted to. And then the last book, I know you're like, oh my god, bitch, this readathon is only like 4 days long, so I don't know who I think I am, like putting all these books on my TBR, but I also might want to read You've Lost a Lot of Blood, because this one was so kindly sent to me by the author, and it's been sitting on my shelf for a couple of weeks now, and I would really like to get to this one. It's a horror book, and it is fairly short. It's it's right about 200 pages or so I feel like it would be good to read this during a readathon because I feel like I'd be able to get it done pretty quickly because it's so short. My TBR is a little ambitious. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to get to all 5 of these, if I'm being honest with myself, but that's kind of why I wanted to start a little bit early, with Hidden Pictures, like start on it early. And so far, I am so invested in this book. Oh my gosh. So in this story, we're following this character named Mallory who is fresh out of rehab. She's been through a lot recently and she's dealing with a drug addiction, and she takes this job where she's going to be a babysitter for this 5-year-old kid named Teddy, and she immediately gets this like really good bond with this kid, and she's able to like live on the property. She lives on like this little house that's like in the back of the property, or this little like cottage looking thing. Everything seems totally fine, but then the little boy Teddy starts drawing all these scary ass pictures and talking about his imaginary friend, and it's just, a lot of my favorite tropes, if I'm being honest. Like, I freaking live for this shit. I feel like I just read Insomnia by Sarah Pinborough, and I was talking about how I love when there's, like, kids that are drawing creepy things. Like, that was definitely a trope that was in Insomnia, and so I'm so, like, excited to be reading that trope again. Like, I've started putting tabs on all of the, like, creepy moments. I mean, look at this shit. Like, that's him and his, like, imaginary friend. Like, this is some spooky ass shit. And I love that there's, like, a lot of, random, like, art pieces included within this book. Like, a lot of the kids', drawings are kind of put throughout the story, so I think that that's like really cool and really exciting and different. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving Hidden Pictures so far. I think it's really great, so I'm just gonna lay in bed right now and read some of this. I'll probably read for about an hour or so, and yeah, hopefully I can make a good dent with this one. And then tomorrow morning, starting at 11 a.m. my time, I'm going to be doing reading sprints with Olivia. So hopefully, if I'm doing reading sprints for a couple of hours tomorrow, I'm hoping that I can finish Hidden Pictures and then maybe also start on House of Hollow. Like, that would be really cool. Hello, it is officially day one of Spring Fling O'WEEN. I decided to, throw on the yellow merch shirt today because the yellow one is just giving such vibes. But I wanted to let you know that last night I did read quite a bit more of Hidden Pictures. I got all the way up to 187, and this book is just so good. I can't remember if it's, being marketed right now as like a thriller or a horror book, but I don't know why. I was expecting it to be, more of a thriller, but honestly right now at this moment in time, it's reading more like a horror book because some of the things happening in this book are just genuinely so creepy right now. I'm putting like a little yellow tab anytime something creepy happens. Also, how random that I chose to read this book for Spring Fling O'WEEN, because I realized that this whole book takes place in a town that's called Springbrook. Like, I just thought that was like a cool thing. So like this feels like it's perfect to read for Spring Fling O'WEEN. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go out and eat some breakfast with my family, and then I'm going to be doing reading sprint with Olivia in about an hour, so I need to get on that. Sorry if I sound sick or something. It's just, I'm not sick. It's a combination of allergies and also my throat is starting to act up again, like really bad. Because if you didn't know, I have GERD, and it's been like an issue for me for like the last 10 years of my life. I've had it since I was 17, but I'm having a, really bad flare up again, and it's been really freaking awful. So this is not the way that I wanted to start off Spring Fling O'WEEN, but yeah, I've been dealing with a really bad GERD flare up for like the last 5 days now or so, and it's starting to affect my voice, which just freaking sucks. It's really annoying. But anyways, I'm gonna go make breakfast, probably just oatmeal because when you have GERD, you can't really eat anything, so. Breakfast is served. Look! I'm twinning! Yeah. What the heck? The yellow is the move today.
Gotta support.
Yeah. With Olivia and Gavin. What's up? It's about 1:45 in the afternoon right now, and I'm still on Patreon right now doing sprints with Olivia, and Gavin was able to join us too, which was really fun. But I wanted to let you know that I just finished Hidden Pictures, and this book, it read super fast. Like, I can't believe I just flew through those last, couple hundred pages. But oh my goodness, I really enjoyed this one. There was a twist at the end that I was like, wait, what the fuck? For a second, I was like, oh no, oh god. It was going in a place that I was like, oh, please don't go in that direction. But then, when I realized what was actually happening, I was like, oh, wait. Shit, this changes everything. And it was just really surprising. I don't know, I was really invested the entire time. I feel like a lot of the time, this read more like a horror book to me, at least up until the very end. And then it really started to feel like a thriller in those last, 50 to 80 pages. But for the most part, I do feel like this reads kind of like a horror book. There's definitely some mystery going on, with this kid, and you're trying to figure out why he's drawing the drawings the way that he is and stuff. But for the most part, it felt really creepy. It felt like that kind of creepy shit where there's a little kid that has an imaginary friend and he's drawing creepy ass photos and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And I loved it. I really loved the vibe of this. I loved following our main character because in a way she was a little bit of an unreliable narrator at times, but that was mostly due to the fact that, she was fresh out of rehab, and a lot of, the other characters didn't trust that she wasn't on drugs. And so it was kind of because of that situation, but it was also just I don't know, really fascinating and really good. I really enjoyed this one. I feel like I'm gonna end up giving it a 4-star. Maybe if I think on it more, maybe closer to a 4.5. Like, I don't know, but I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm still on reading sprints right now, so I think I'm going to jump right into House of Hollow next. I do have the audiobook for this one from my library, so I think I'm just gonna start listening to these during our next few sprints. So I'm excited. Ooh. So it's about it's almost 3:30 in the afternoon, and I just finished doing reading sprints with Olivia and Gavin. We were live for like 4.5 hours or so. Like, that was a pretty decent, you know, reading sprints day. I did get 89 pages into House of Hollow, and I'm so sad, but I feel like I want to DNF this. I don't know why. I'm just like not really feeling this book right now. It's kind of, you know, it's this young adult kind of like fantasy horror book, and it's about these sisters who, you know, they disappeared for a month, and then when they came back, they were acting really different, and they had like weird things happening to them, and they didn't remember like anything about the month when they disappeared. Like, they don't remember anything that happened. Now it's taking place a little while later when they're older. It seems like one of the sisters has gone missing again, and so they're trying to figure out if it's connected to when they went missing when they were younger. And it's like, it's fine. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just really not invested, and I'm like struggling to get invested in the story. Like, I just don't really care, if I'm being honest, about any of the sisters. And I don't know, it feels like a little bit more fantasy than I was anticipating, which like doesn't even make sense because it's not even really that fantasy. I feel like it's just the writing style maybe that it's making it feel more fantasy to me, if that makes any sense at all. And I don't know if it's because it feels kind of fantasy or if it's because it's young adult that's making it like hard for me to connect with this book right now. But I'm just like not really feeling it, and so I'm concerned because it's like, if I DNF it, then I'll just be like, oh, maybe I should have given it more of a chance. But at the same time, like, when I'm in a readathon, especially a readathon that's as short as this one is with only 4 days, I feel like I need to be, you know, really picky about what I'm reading because I want to have a good time, you know, I want to enjoy all the books that I'm reading. So I feel like that one might be a DNF for now. I don't know if it's a forever DNF, but I'm just like not vibing with it very much. So I'm thinking I might take a break for a little while. I might actually try to go on a walk. I don't know, I'm gonna see if my mom's around and see if she'd want to go on a walk with me. Oh my gosh, how exciting. I just got book mail. This is the book of the month, books for the month of May. But what I can show you is this book that I just got off of Amazon, and this is going to be a book that I'm going to be reading in the first week of May. Wow, this is beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to be reading Battle Royale. That's how you say it, right? Battle Royale. This is a really popular Japanese thriller horror kind of book, and it's translated. This is a book that I'm you know, planning to read in May. I'm actually planning for the first week of May, I'm going to be doing, you know, another kind of like similar to the reading Korean thriller and horror video that I did. I'm gonna be doing reading Japanese thriller and horror kind of video. So this is one of the books that was like highly recommended when it came to like Japanese thrillers and horror books. And so, oh my god, I'm so excited. It's so much thicker than I was expecting it to be. It's like 650 pages, and I just got the audiobook checked out from my library, and the audiobook is like 19 hours long, so freaking pray for me. We are on a walk going to the library. Woo! Because, you know, it just felt right, you know. It's a nice day out. It's a little windy, a little cold, but like nice.
It's really pretty out.
And we just wanted to get out, so we're getting out. So pretty. Wow, look at these trees. This is beautiful. What are these, cherry blossoms? Or like, what are these? They're pink. Wow. Stunning. Oh my gosh. Alex is walking Rachel. Got a tangle of dogs. Tink, go for it, baby. Drink some water, please. Oh my gosh, Tink. Wow, look at it. What the heck? Tink's like, in the water. Swimming. Oh, Tink. Tink, what the heck? Look at you. Wow. Oh my god. Wow, look at you go, bud. I know what you're thinking, and it's that I haven't updated this vlog in so many hours because it's 11:30 at night already. Like, where did this day go? Me and my mom, you know, we ended up just taking a lovely, you know, trip to the library. I picked up a couple library books. You might be able to see them in the back, but some of them are a secret for now, so I'm not going to show them up close. But I'm super excited about the library. It was so nice to like get out, and then while like the second we got home from our walk, I ran into Rachel and Obed. They were going to take the dogs to the local park, so then I just went with them and took like a second walk, like back to back. And I got to go back to the local park here, which was just so nice. Like, I haven't been there in a really long time, you know, since we used to live here. So it was really nice to be able to go back to that park and just kind of hang out. And, you know, we ended up having some tacos for dinner, and I just risked it all. I just risked it all for some tacos because I can't resist. You know, tacos are like literally my favorite food. And so, yeah, I had some tacos tonight, and like, I'm actually feeling pretty okay, you know, because my GERD has been acting up really bad these last like 5 days or so. I've had a really bad flare up. And so I just kind of like risked it all tonight. I mean, as I said, like, I haven't really had food like that in these last 5 days, but I'm honestly feeling pretty okay. So like, I'm hoping that things are on the up, you know, like I'm hoping that things are getting better with my throat at the moment. Yeah, I wasn't really vlogging the rest of the night because me, my mom, and my sister all watched 3 episodes of This Is Us. We finally caught up on where the season's at right now, and like, oh my god, dude, every episode, I swear that show makes me cry. And it was really freaking good. And then me and my mom watched one more episode of Business Proposal, which is, you know, my favorite K-drama on Netflix right now. And then we only have 1 episode left. Like, I literally only have 1 left, but I decided, you know, we should save it for later because, oh my god, it's already 11:30 on day 1 of the readathon. And I mean, I know I already did finish, you know, 1 book earlier today, so it's like, I shouldn't be so hard on myself. It's not like I'm behind on my reading, but I feel like vlogging-wise, this has really sucked, and it's like, so much for daily vlogging, you know, because I don't feel like this is enough content for 1 vlog, so I'm gonna end up doing day 1 and day 2 together, I think, and then day 3 and day 4. That just seems better, you know? But yeah, I think I'm going to lay in bed and try to get a little bit of a start on An Honest Lie. I really want to read this one next. I feel like I am going to end up DNFing House of Hollow, so I feel like this one will be my next read. I will see you in the morning. Hello, good morning. It's already day 2 of Spring Fling O'WEEN, and last night I did get the chance to start An Honest Lie, and I got about 64 pages into it, so I'm about 6 chapters in. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I did cave and I downloaded the audiobook from Libro because I was sitting there trying to read like the first 3 pages and my brain was just like not wanting to focus at all. So I was like, god damn it. But this is like really the book that I wanted to read next. So I just decided like, okay, so I got my hands on the audiobook. But this book, we're just following this main character named Rainy. You know, she lives in this town with these women on Tiger Mountain, and they're all just kind of like this like Big Little Lies kind of group group dynamic where they're just all a bunch of, they're not all moms, but they're all just like wives, and like they all have this thing. And she agrees to go to a girls' weekend in Vegas, and then that's kind of where the thrillery aspect of the story kicks off. We also do have some flashback chapters to like when she was younger, which you know, I'm not loving the flashback chapters as much so far, but so far nothing really has happened in them yet, so like I'm just waiting for them to get interesting, I guess. And like, I don't know, you know, this is Taryn Fisher, so I feel like this book could really go like one of two ways, and I'm not really totally sure what to expect or where I see this going, but for now I'm gonna make some breakfast. I'm gonna hang out with my family for a little bit, and then at 12, in about like an hour and a half, I have some reading sprints with Savannah over on Patreon. Hey, what's up? It's like 20 minutes after 12 and I just started some reading sprints with Savannah. I was gonna film eating breakfast this morning, but it was really boring, you know, because it was oatmeal because I have GERD, but I'm jumping back in and I'm excited. Hello, I am still currently sprinting with Savannah right now, but I wanted to let you know that I have been reading An Honest Lie. I'm about 160 pages in now, and I'm sad to say that I'm still, you know, not really enjoying this. I'm still not really getting anything from this. I am surprised, to be honest, by how many flashback chapters we're getting, you know, like it would be one thing if it was like, we follow, you know, the present day and then we get a flashback, and then the present day and then we get a flashback. But like there was a point where we had like a few flashback chapters in a row, and for some reason I'm just really not invested in what's happening in the flashback chapters, and I feel like we could have found out stuff from her teenagehood in a more interesting way. Like I don't think we need all of these flashback chapters to like understand her character better. I don't know, I just feel like this could have been done in a more interesting way, because the way that this book is told is just really boring so far, in my opinion. And I'm honestly only continuing with it because, you know, somebody on my Patreon did say that it gets better after page like 190 or so is when things start to pick up. So like I'm getting pretty close to page 190, so I'm gonna stick it out at least until like page 200 or so and see if I'm still interested. But like, oh my god. And I'm like mad because, you know, I just bought the audiobook on Libro last night, so that's another reason why I'm trying to push through. And because I was sent a review copy, so like I want to be able to give a review, but like god, this is just so slow so far and I'm just not having a good time. But yeah, I'm still live right now doing reading sprints with Savannah. It's been a really fun time, and then later I'm probably only gonna have time to do like one more sprint after the one we're currently doing, and then later on I'm going to be going to play tennis with Rachel and Obed and one of our friends, Johnny. So I'm like super excited. I haven't played tennis in a freaking hot minute, so you know, it should be a fun time, you know. Hello, it's just a little bit later in the afternoon. I have been reading An Honest Lie still on the reading sprints, and I got up to page 218, and I'm still, you know, really not enjoying this. It was so funny too, because Kayla, you know, over from Books and Lala, she was like in the chats during the reading sprints, and she was also reading this, and we were both kind of just like hating on it together because we're both really not enjoying this. But I only have like about an hour of the audiobook left, so I'm like, I mean, I might as well just like finish it tonight. Like I don't know what it is about this book. I'm just not enjoying it. I don't care, and it's so boring and nothing's happening that I care about. So that's where I'm at. But anyways, I'm getting ready to go and leave and play tennis, and I'm so excited. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. Yo, where'd you park?
Want is just to have you a little bit closer. I did. Only been like 2 minutes in. Wait, is that not it? Oh, I'm playing pickleball.
Oh, sad. Ooh. What is that? Rain.
That's the worst one right there.
Yeah, orange creamsicle? Yeah, orange. What's wrong with you? Look at that stance. Oh. Gentle. We're besties. Best friends. Oh my god. It's ginormous. This is amazing.
Had such a great afternoon. We played tennis with my friend Johnny and it was so much fun. He actually was just like on his break at work from the restaurant and he was able to meet us at the tennis courts and we just played for about an hour. It was so much fun. I forgot how much fun tennis is, if I'm being honest. Like, it was a really great time and I beat Obed. So like, freaking yes. But yeah, it was really great. And then right after that we came home and then we went out to dinner. Like, me, Rachel, and Obed went out to dinner. We went to this really great spot that had some amazing chicken tenders. And yeah, so far my throat is actually doing a lot better today. I've been able to eat like some normal food, which is just crazy. But yeah, anyways, now I'm gonna take a shower to wash my hair because my hair is like really freaking gross. And then later tonight, I don't know, we might watch something, I might read something, I don't know yet, but I'll let you know when I do.
Me and amazingly talented twins. Talented performers. I produced it. Okay.
Hello. It is a little bit later in the night right now. It's just after, 8:30 and the sun is just now setting in Washington. But I wanted to let you know that I was just sitting out on the couch and I just read the entirety of this graphic novel called Feelings. And I know you're probably like, this doesn't really fit for Spring Flingaween because, it's not spooky at all. You wouldn't be wrong because this is actually this is a graphic novel that I just checked out for my library when I went yesterday. I just saw it there and I was like, this looks really beautiful. And this freaking graphic novel has some of the most stunning artwork that I've ever seen in it. Like, it is just really, really beautiful. And it's actually a graphic novel that's like a nonfiction that's about, mental health, like throughout the seasons. And so I did feel like it's kind of you know, just a little bit fitting for Spring Flingaween, you know, because this does talk about how, you know, your depression and your anxiety can change due to the seasons. And I really like that, you know, towards the end of this book, it talks about spring. And I like how, you know, this author describes spring because she says the return of longer days and extra hours of sunlight triggers renewal. Trees bud and flowers prepare to bloom. Roots are reacquainted with warmer soil as the dreary winter is dismissed and brighter days are welcomed in. There is a sense of awakening as a slow, cautious return to routine commences with the assurance of warmer weather on the way. And I just like love that so freaking much. Like, I definitely agree that, you know, there is a sense of awakening with spring, and I think that that's something that makes spring so wonderful and so great. But I don't know, I just really enjoyed this graphic novel. Like, do you see how beautiful this shit is? Like, the color palette that's used throughout this entire thing is just so beautiful, and it's such an easy read. Like, I just read this entire thing in like 15 minutes. There are, you know, a lot of photos throughout, and it's not too much text, but I also feel like I just got so much from this. Like, this just motivated me and inspired me so much. So I definitely recommend this one if your library has it. I would always recommend checking out graphic novels from your library, because graphic novels can be like super expensive, and like I said, you can read them in like 15 to 30 minutes most of the time. So it's really nice when, you know, your library has access to graphic novels. But anyways, yeah, I know this doesn't really count towards Spring Flingaween, but it was just like a nice read, you know. It was a nice break from all the like thriller and horror kind of stuff that I've been reading. And I think in the interest of time and me getting these videos out to you in a timely manner, I think I'm going to end this vlog here, because nothing exciting is probably going to be happening tonight. I mean, I think I'm just going to try to finish the Taryn Fisher book, but with the way that that's going, it doesn't look good, you know. It's not going to be a high rating from me, I can tell you that. But yeah, if you got to the end of this vlog, then thank you so much for watching, of course, and I will be posting my next 2 days of Spring Flingaween vlogs soon. And also, don't forget, by the time you're seeing this, it's going to be the booktube live show tomorrow on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. PST. So I hope you can make it. I hope you can be there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And let me know if you are participating in Spring Flingaween. I would love to know how it's going for you so far. What are you reading? Are you enjoying what you're reading? Give me all the tea. Give me the deets in the comments. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you soon with another one. Bye.